Frankie Russo over here, 77 WABC, pre-show 125. Sorry, I'm a little late. I'm 3 or 4 minutes late. I'm trying to get my stuff, the music and some of my audio over to the people. So I'm sorry. So we're gonna help them. Help America's team help the men and women of the United States Armed Forces fight post-traumatic stress disorder. We're going to do this. Let's do this. Go to my Facebook.com/Frankie Russo Show. Click on the icon. If it don't go there, Frank F Russo 14 at AOL.com. F is in Frank Russo 14 at AOL.com. Send me an email, and we'll talk. See how you can help. Okay. You want to donate, you want to help, no problem. We're going to help them. We're going to help the men and women of the United States Armed Forces fight post-traumatic stress disorder. The men and women of the United States Armed Forces are committing suicide at an alarming rate, like 22 a day, they're saying. So it's crazy stuff. We got to do this. It's slow, but we ain't stopping. And then we got the motto: fraudulent selective service card, statistically significant, Obama, Clinton Foundation, Iranian Global Terror Network, Iranian surrogates. We're moving. Okay, so I want to move. All right, good. Now, so one of the things, first let's start with the Sunni Shia divide. So I found some articles that are pretty interesting, and I'm going to kick to them right now. Okay, so we're good. All my emails are here. So I just want to go. Now, I found this article. What was Mullah Mansour doing in Iran? Crazy. Wow, this is like 5 pages. Wow. Okay. I really want. They couldn't understand it, right? So 3 to 5. Let's go 3 to 5. 3 to 5. What was Mullah Mansour doing in Iran? So I just printed a copy of the article. Crazy stuff. I don't have my email. All right, no problem. So let me run over to the printer. This is Frankie Russo. Let me run over to the printer. Let me get the articles. I want to go over it. So they could understand why this is foreignpolicy.com, and they couldn't understand why the mullah, the supreme leader of the Afghan Taliban, is in Iran. Thomas Jocelyn, Long War Journal, Weekly Stand. This guy's a tremendous security analyst, and he presented a case where the links date back to 2000, when, according to unclassified United States government memos, Mullah Mohammed Omar tasked Karula, the Taliban governor of Herat province, with improving relations between the organization and Tehran. As a result of this outreach, Iran agreed to supply the Taliban with mines and small arms. On two occasions, in 2007 and 2011, international forces in Afghanistan intercepted arms shipments from Iran destined for the Taliban. The two sides also linked an open border agreement that enabled the Taliban to smuggle money, goods, and fighters into Iran. Karula, the Taliban governor of Herat province, outreach laid the groundwork for a later major triumph of Iran-Taliban cooperation, the 2012 opening of a Taliban office in the Iranian city of Sahadan, home of many of several million Afghans residing in Iran. So this is interesting. So now I got, from this article, this foreign policy article, what was Mullah Mansour doing in Iran? The author, I can't find the author's name, but because it's a subscription. I left my email home. But anyway, what's really crazy is I got the Herula governor of Herat province in Afghanistan was transferred to Qatar in May 31st, 2014. He was a Gitmo detainee. He was part of the Bergdahl trade. Listen to this. I was blown away by some of this stuff when I was reading it. Where is this? Just listen to, I just want to give you an idea of what we're dealing with. These are the kind of people, this is what the detainee was a senior Taliban official serving as the Minister of Interior, Governor of Herat. This is the New York Times. A military commander. Detainee was directly associated to Osama bin Laden, the Taliban Supreme Commander Mullah Mohammed Omar. He died.
Hey Frankie, did you send those copies yet?
Yes, I did.
All right, I'll take a look at them outside.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. And was added to the UN financial freeze list following September 11th, 2001 terrorist attack. This detainee represented the Taliban during meetings with Iranian officials. This is how sophisticated everybody thinks that they're thugs. Like the blind sheik had a PhD in Quranic studies. This is how sophisticated. He was meeting with the Iranian officials seeking to support hostilities against U.S. and coalition forces. The detainee also attended a meeting at the direction of the UBL, reportedly occupied by members of Hamas. The detainee and his deputy were probably associated with a militant training camp in Herat operated by deceased Al-Qaeda commander, the original Al-Qaeda in Iraq commander Abu Musab al-Zakwari. Crazy. He goes back to the first commander of ISIS. Detainee was identified as a narcotics trafficker, listen to this, and probably used his position and influences to become one of the major opium drug lords in Western Afghanistan. Detainee probably used profits from drugs to promote Taliban interests in the area. The Gitmo determined this detainee to be a high risk, oh, really? Major, why am I not shocked? Right? Detainee grew up as a refugee from Pakistan and has no formal education, although he noted he studied Islam in school. Detainee was a leader of his tribe until the Taliban gained control of Afghanistan, after which Detainee became a Taliban member and was selected to various Taliban positions based on his trustworthiness. Detainee served as Taliban spokesman from 95 to 96, Taliban Minister of Interior from 96 to 99, Governor of Herat Province from October 99 to December 2001. The detainee, this is a Gitmo detainee, accepted the positions based on opportunity and out of concern of his tribe's well-being. During detainee's term as Taliban governor of Herat, detainee worked primarily with non-governmental organizations and focused on civilian aspects of Herat province. Detainee's a Taliban Supreme Commander Mullah Mohammed Omar appointee was responsible. Also, they're talking about the detainee's deputy for all Arab and military affairs associated with Herat province. Detainee denies knowledge of extremist activities, including training camps, personnel, recruitment, and weapons. During his tenure as spokesman for Taliban, detainee traveled between Herat and Karman on numerous occasions to file official press statements. Press statements said these are terrorists, right? Sophisticated. As governor of Herat province, detainee traveled to Kabul only once, detainee and Mullah Omar twice during his tenure as governor, once to attend the funeral of Omar's son, and later to discuss Taliban military recruitment efforts in Herat province. This is where it gets really, really, really interesting. Detainee is a friend of current Afghan President Karzai. Immediately prior to the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks, Mullah Omar approached detainee concerning his relationship with Karzai. Omar did not trust Karzai and told detainee Karula that the relationship was under scrutiny. On October 3rd, 2001, the detainee, because he's got aliases. The detainee and two additional Taliban officials traveled to Islam Kalal near the Afghan-Iran border for a meeting initiated by Iran, possibly by Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps. Iranian officials offered to broker a coalition between the Northern Alliance and the Taliban to unite in their fight against U.S. intervention. The Iranian delegation offered to open the borders to Arabs who wanted to cross into Afghanistan to fight against U.S. and coalition forces. When the Taliban lost control, detainee contacted Karzai to discuss a position with the new government and detainee's personal safety. Several Karzai associates met with detainee in time between Taliban's fall and arrest. This is to give you an idea of what we're dealing with. Unbelievable. Oh, this gets crazy now. This is where the lights went off in my head. I was like, what is going on over here? What is going on over here? The life of Afghan refugees in Tehran. So what happens? they open up the borders in they open up the Iran opens up its borders to these refugees from Afghanistan. It's like a it's really like a ruse for it becomes like a safe haven basically for the Afghan Taliban, right? So do they want to do that here? Right? That's what it looks like to me. I'm like, Afghan Shiites perform. I was like, what is going on over here? What is going on? An Afghan Shiite cleric leads a prayer for Iranians. So this is what they were saying. So the article, so this structure, I'm just like, this stuff just blows me. I just get blown away by this stuff. I'm just like blown away. I'm still, yeah, I guess I gotta move. Yeah, I want to print this out. I just need the beginning. I just need, right, here. Now, Taliban is a Sunni militia. Wow. I'm like just blown away, man. This is like crazy. I'm just looking for the paragraph that says what I was blown away about with this article. Oh, here it is. Okay. Now remember, Turkey, right? Turkey, everybody. Turkey. Turkey. Turkey, this guy Erdogan, the Prime Minister of Turkey, Erdogan, he was elected supposedly, like the president of Iran was elected, supposedly, right? Very dictatorial and Islamist stuff, pushing Islamist stuff, right? Military takeovers. Is this like a Sisi type of thing in Egypt? Maybe. I don't know yet. We got to get more data. But this article by the Washington Post, Egypt's Morsi accused of espionage, plotting Islamist takeover. Now, what the charges alleged that the Muslim Brotherhood, in cooperation with Sunni jihadists trained by Iran's Shiite government, plotted during Egypt's 2011 uprising to plunge the country into chaos and then seize and keep power. Could this be America's? Could this be America's future and immediate future? Maybe. The charge sheet called it the biggest conspiracy in the nation's history. The biggest conspiracy in the nation's history. Crazy stuff, man. Here we go. Now here's something. I can't get it. Yeah, because of I had the article too. The number of drone strikes. It's the number of drone strikes. I left my subscription home with foreignpolicy.com. It's a great publication. I Crazy, right? The numbers are just it's like thousands, hundreds to thousands of drone strikes. But it's a ruse. It's a ruse. We're going to talk about that. Stephen Hayes cooked intel on Islamic State could be biggest scandal of Obama's presidency. I spoke about this last week, right? And here's what I want. The Daily Beast article. This is the article I want. The Daily Beast article. Exclusive. 50 spies say ISIS intelligence was cooked. It's being called a revolt by intelligence pros who are paid to give their honest assessment of the ISIS war, but are instead seeing their reports turn into happy talk. Okay, now this is a summation of all of this scrubbing of more than 50 intelligence analysts working out of the U.S. military Central Command have formally complained that their reports on ISIS and Al Qaeda's branch in Syria were being inappropriately altered by senior officials. The complaint spawned the Pentagon's Inspector General to open an investigation into the alleged manipulation of intelligence. The fact that so many people complain suggests there are deep-rooted systematic problems in how the U.S. military command charged with the war against the self-proclaimed Islamic State accesses intelligence. The cancer was within the senior level of the intelligence command, one defense. Two senior analysts at CENTCOM signed a written complaint sent to the DOD Inspector General in July of last year, alleging that the reports, some of which were briefed, portrayed the terror groups as weaker than the analysts believe they are. The reports were changed by CENTCOM higher-ups to adhere to the administration's public line that the U.S. is winning the battle against ISIS and al-Nusra, al-Qaeda's branch in Syria. The complaint was supported by 50 other analysts, some of whom have complained about politicizing of intelligence reports for months. That's according to 11 individuals who are knowledgeable about the details of the report and who spoke to the Daily Beast. This is the Daily Beast, written by Shane Harris and Nancy Youssef. The accusations suggest that a large number of people tracking the inner workings of the terror groups think their reports are being manipulated to fit a public narrative. The allegations echoed charges that political appointees and senior officials cherry-picked intelligence about Iraq's supposed weapons in 2000. Wow. The two signatories to the complaint, this is crazy, man. This goes back to 2002. Unbelievable. Okay, so I'm going to go 2-4. Just print the whole thing. 4 pages, 1-4. So I'm just looking for That's what I want, the Boeing article, right? Yeah, because, okay, so I wanted to, so Black Lives Matter, let's just, because I want to, I got a few subjects. Black Lives Matter, in my world, is not a Martin Luther King offshoot, okay? So let's first understand that. Martin Luther King is a God-fearing Christian man, a man of Christ. Love and peace, Jesus Christ. That's not that's Martin Luther King. That's not Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is calling for the killing of cops. So what's really interesting is now I'm not saying that I'm still gathering the data on Black Lives Matter because you know my brothers LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, Chris Paul, fabulous athletes, tremendous athletes. They took the side of Black Lives Matter. They didn't even mention the cops. So, you know, I'm going to agree to disagree with them because to me, let me see, I'm going to get this little article because I got CARE, the Council of American Islamic Relations, joins Black Lives Matter movement. The Council of American Islamic Relations has joined the Black Lives Matters movement. In a march in California, would expand bans on racial profiling to include perceived ethnicity. I don't know. I don't know what this all means, but it's a bill that they were. But as the article, this is Breitbart News. Breitbart News. Let's see, Michelle. 'Cause I want to get. They shut down Jerry Brown's office. As police officers are being targeted across the nation, CARE is sided with their enemies. That creates a serious problem for CARE's defenders, which argue that its associations with Islamic extremism can be overlooked because it helps law enforcement work with and within the Muslim community. By supporting the Black Lives Matter movement, which has contributed to an atmosphere of violent excitement and hatred against police officers across the nation, CARE has shown what its true feelings about American law enforcement really is. Yeah. So let me start to print these articles out. Yeah. So just want to find that other article. This one. Right. Okay. Okay. This I need. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to find this article. I had it. Yeah, I had it. I don't know what to do with it. Okay, here we go. That's not, this is a big article. Hillary Clinton posted names of hidden intelligence officers on her email. Hillary Clinton posted shared names of concealed U.S. intelligence officials on her unprotected email server. Federal records reveal that Clinton swiped these highly classified names on an email account that was vulnerable to attack and was breached repeatedly by Russian-linked hacker attempts. These new revelations, reminiscent of the Valerie Plame scandal during the W. Bush tenure, could give federal investigators the evidence they need to make a case that Clinton violated the Espionage Act by mishandling national defense information through gross negligence. Numerous names cited in Clinton's emails have been redacted in State Department email releases with the classification B3 CIA PERS ORG, a highly specialized classification that means the information, if released, would violate CIA Act. Unbelievable. Yeah, I just want to I'll go three deep. Yeah, because that's all I want. 1, 3. This way. This is an interesting case. Iran Boeing signs historic $25 billion sales agreement. This is a great article. I think I got Tillman's article here too. Yeah, this is great stuff. So I'm getting ready. So I'm still building this thing with Black Lives Matter. So I just have an article I'm going to read probably tonight. That article on so here's interesting stuff. Okay. Okay, we got her sharing, and we have it where internet remote access with a server. So, oh, that lone wolf article is really cool. Yeah, that's what I want. That lone wolf article. That's really cool. The lone wolf. That article. This is the article. Paul Sperry. This article here. Paul Sperry. Okay, so all right. I got a lot of stuff here. A lot. So let me get ready. I got like a half hour. Let me get ready. It's Frankie Russo. Yeah, it's crazy. I tell you, this is going to be a crazy show tonight. Lot of data. We're bringing a lot of stuff. Frankie Russo. Yeah. I'll see you, Frankie Russo, in about a half hour. Yeah. Remember, help America's team help the men and women of the United States Armed Forces. Go to facebook.com/Frankie Russo Show. You got a problem getting in? My email is frusso14@aol.com. Send me an email. Yeah. See you in a half hour.
Of 77 WABC or Cumulus Media.
Hey girl, what's up? I know, it's 1 a.m., so what are we doing? Oh yeah, let's totally go to that place. I love that place. Wait a minute. What is that? No, shut up for a second. There's like a light in the sky, or a bird, or something. Oh no, oh my god, it's getting closer. Oh my god, it's gonna hit me! Ah! It's an angel. Really? Oh my god, it's Frankie Russo. Yep, it's Frankie. I know, I thought he was a janitor at the local boxing gym too.
I guess you're half right. What's up, girl? Oh no! I did it again! I messed up my coordinate system!
Hey guys, it's the Frankie Russo Show. And here's Frankie!
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
I'm all the way up, baby!
All the way up.
How you doing out there? How you doing? Welcome to RussoNation.tv, home of America's Team.today. And guess what? This is yours truly, Frankie Russo! Woo! Got a great show for you tonight. Great show! Great show! Special shout out. Now this is a special shout out. Fox News journalist. She's a great journalist. Fox News journalist Catherine Herridge. This lady was in the Capitol following Loretta Lynch up and down the hallway with a mic. She's saying, Loretta Lynch, what happened, honey? I'm paraphrasing, of course. What happened, honey? Denying Comey's investigation over 74 times? What's going on here, Loretta? What happened to the rule of law in this country? No comment from Loretta Lynch. 800-848-9222. Special shout out, Catherine Herridge, Fox News. And listen, don't forget FrankieRusso.media, my website. I got a 12-part series, Obama Clinton crime family. Stay tuned. That's what I'm talking about. 800-848-9222. DT updates. Hey, we got a vice president. It's Trump Pence. That's what I'm talking about. Trump Pence. He hails from Indiana. That's Bobby Nightland. That's what I'm talking about. 800-848-9222. And we got to remember, we got to vote for America's CEO, Donald J. Trump, November 8th. RSBN.TV, all Trump. Right Side Broadcasting, Trump rallies live. See RSBN website. Now, we got Turkey got hit today, right? We're going to let some data flow. I'm not going to, it's a typical, I just want to get more information. But there's one thing I know, okay? According to Paul Spurry, this guy is an expert in counterintelligence, radical Islamic terror, home and abroad. He's a Hoover Institute fellow. New York Post. President Obama says, don't worry. He was referring to some past jihad hits on this country. He said the jihad hit was just another lone actor operating in isolation, unconnected to any large group of supporters. In fact, their so-called lone wolves are running in packs, according to Paul Spurry. And suggesting otherwise gives the public a false sense of security. In other words, they're lying to us, no? Claire Lopez says, hey, radical Islam. Claire Lopez
CIA operative for over 30 years, Clarion Project, Center for Security Policy. This lady is a scientist with Islam. A scientist. She claims radical Islam is Islam. Filippini claims, as Paul Sperry suggests, yet Homeland Security Paul Sperry, Homeland Security Secretary Johnson echoed Obama, saying Omar Mateen was self-radicalized without any religious, ideological, or operational support from friends, family, or others in the Muslim community. Really? That's crazy. That's not even close to the truth. According to Filippini, like we were talking, he's a founder of the Department of Homeland Security. Filippini claims, and we talked about this before, this guy's another scientist in Islamic terror. He was out there in Baghdad. He was like, this guy, he's an amazing guy. He claims that self-radicalization is a farce. And Paul Sperry claims that lone wolves, no such thing. Paul Sperry goes on to say a more accurate picture in that Omar Mateen, because we're going to use him as an example right now, was an Afghan American, was part of a disturbing large Muslim family of sympathizers, supporters, and even co-conspirators. For starters, his wife could face criminal charges in the attack on the Orlando nightclub, the deadliest act of terrorism in the United States since 9/11. Her name is Noor Salam, who wedded Omar Mateen in 2011, reportedly told the FBI she knew about her husband's planned attack, even drove home to the site of the massacre as part of a scouting operation. She's also said to have helped him case the Disney Springs shopping complex. What's more, this Mateen's wife allegedly was with Mateen when he bought the ammo and a holster used in the attack. It's crazy stuff, right? Crazy stuff. 800-848-9222. And his father, his Afghan immigrant father, who founded a nonprofit group to support the Taliban. Oh my God. The Taliban. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, I got something for y'all. A little something, and then we're going to hear Trump. Okay, what was Mullah Mansour doing in Iran? Tom, this is a foreignpolicy.com article, and they go into Thomas Jocelyn, an international security analyst and senior editor at the Long War Journal and Weekly Standard. He presented a compelling case of long-standing links between Iran and the Taliban. These links date back to 2000, when, according to unclassified U.S. government memos, Mullah Mohammed Omar tasked Karular, the Taliban governor of Herat province, with improving relations between the organization and Tehran. As a result of this outreach, Iran agreed to supply the Taliban with mines and small arms. And on two separate occasions, in 2007 and 2011, international forces in Afghanistan intercepted arms shipments from Iran destined for the Taliban. It's a Sunni militia, by the way. And Iran is a Shia militia. Well, it's the world's largest state sponsor of terror. The two sides are linked. The two sides also linked an open border agreement that enabled the Taliban to smuggle money, goods, and fighters into Iran. Karula's outreach laid the groundwork for a later major triumph of Iran-Taliban cooperation. And in 2012, opening of a Taliban office, why am I not shocked, in the Iranian city of Sahadan, home to many of the several million Afghan refugees. They got Afghan refugees in Tehran. They want to do the same thing, and over there in Iran, they want to do it right over here in America, conceivably. Okay? We're gonna listen to Donald Trump. When we come back, I wonder, does anybody know who Karula is? Karula. He is the governor, the Herat governor of the the Taliban governor, the Taliban, I found it. The Taliban governor of Herat province in Afghanistan. Let's listen to Donald Trump, and when we come back, we're going to figure this out. 800-848-9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show. We're waiting
She
for the...
thinks it's all about her. I know it's all about you. I know it's all about making America great again for all Americans. All Americans. Our country lost its way when it stopped putting the American people really first. We have to go back to putting our American people first.
800-848-9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show. Now, just for the record, the Taliban governor of Herat province, Karula, was one of the 5 Afghan Taliban that was traded for Bergdahl. Okay? Just to give you all an idea on how deep and sinister this plan really is. 800-848-9222. I'm going to go to Pete in Great Neck. What's poppin', Petey? You there?
Frankie, how are you? You're the best.
What's up, my brother? How are you?
Oh, a long time. No, I haven't called in a long time, but I just want to say real quick, because I know your card recalls. Our immigration policy, once again, I'll say it, we have to shut down all immigration. Do not let anybody in this country, no more visas, no more nothing. We don't want to have bad enough. There's gun shootings every weekend in this country. But look at France. We don't want to turn out to be another France. So
you don't think like it's right there? I mean, quite frankly,
yeah.
in all honesty, just look around.
The damage is done, Frankie.
Bro, we've been infiltrated. Our security, our borders have been breached since the late 90s.
Oh, definitely. Look at 9/11. What war did we win? We didn't win nothing. We lost. You know, you look at all this money we spent and all of this. We're still letting these people in here. It's crazy. Visas, they come in here and they disappear. They never leave.
They never
Once
leave.
you give them a visa,
And they can't find them. They can't find them. They testify on the oversight committees.
Right.
They go before the congressional oversight committees. The State Department can't find. They don't know where 10,000 revoked emails suspicious of terror. They don't know where they are.
Frankie, it's a joke. Our politicians are a joke.
Petey, thank you so much for the call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. 800-848-9222. Let's kick to Tommy in East Orange, New Jersey. What's poppin', Tommy?
Hi, Frank. I'm hooked on your show. I just agree with the last. I agree with the last caller, Pete. He's correct. The country.
I think this is the has-been gone.
It's just outrageous what took place.
I'm ready for it.
Great caller, Steve from Manhattan, calling up, always talking about it and getting banned from talk radio about the immigration problem. Frank, the problem is every enemy of America has their people in here, plus the Looney Tune Americans who are out there demonstrating for cop killers. It's insane what's going on inside this country. And if it's not... Go ahead.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for the call. You're 100% right. I agree with you 100%. Black Lives Matter to me is not an offshoot of Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was a God-fearing Christian man. He was a man of Christ, and Black Lives Matter just promotes it just promotes hatred, and you know it's divisive, and there's a better way of making change, and nobody really wants to go to the real problem where real racism is, and my feeling is, and it's in the public school system. My brother, thank you so much for the call. 800-848-9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show. You know, doomed diplomacy. This is an article by the Weekly Standard, Tom Jocelyn. Not long ago, after his inauguration in January 2009, President Barack Obama penned a letter to the Khomeini, the supreme leader of Iran. As a presidential candidate, Obama had promised to conduct tough, direct diplomacy with the Iranians. And Obama figured correctly that all diplomatic entries would end up on Khomeini's desk. So the newly elected president decided to write Iran's ultimate decision maker directly. Entreaties. Sorry. It's late. It's early in the morning. According to the Wall Street Journal, which first reported on the correspondence, Obama sent his latest letter to Khomeini in October of last year. The president was hoping to find common ground with the Iranians in Iraq, where the Islamic State, an offshoot of Al-Qaeda, has made stunning advances since early 2014. Obama believes that the United States and the Shiite jihadists of Iran have a common interest in pushing back the Sunni jihadists of the Islamic State. If the two sides can just resolve the thorny issue of Iran's nuclear program, Obama reportedly thinks that will pave the way for détente and possibly a de facto alliance against our mutual enemies. Indeed, the president entertains the idea that Iran could be America's partner in combating Sunni extremism throughout the region. President Obama's assumption is, according to Thomas Jocelyn, grossly mistaken. The president's own State and Treasury departments have repeatedly exposed Iran's ongoing sponsorship of Al-Qaeda, a Sunni militia. Moreover, terrorists directly tied to Al-Qaeda's Iran-based network have plotted attacks in the West on 3 occasions since Obama took office. 800-848-9222. Egypt's Washington Post, Egypt's Mohammed Morsi accused of espionage. I read this letter. I read this once before, but I just want to focus. The charges alleged, according to Egypt's Morsi, accused of espionage and plotting Islamist takeover, what I believe they're looking to do over here. The charges allege that Muslim Brotherhood, in collaboration with Sunni jihadists trained by Iran's Shiite government, plotted during Egypt's 2011 uprising to plunge the country into chaos and then seize and keep power. The charge sheet called it the biggest conspiracy in the nation's history. The Iranian connection, Kenneth Tillman. I read this article once before. I just want to focus again. This is the Iranian connection. A top secret September 21st memo responding to the director's inquiry disclosed as a result of the Freedom of Information Act from the conservative watchdog Judicial Watch, great group, judicialwatch.org, includes fragmentary information on an Al-Qaeda affiliates, but its conclusions regarding Iran's notorious Quds Force, a deadly hybrid of intelligence and special forces, have been totally redacted. Now retired Lieutenant General Michael Flynn told Washington Times for classification reasons, this is the Washington Times, Kenneth Tillman, for the classification reasons, he could not discuss the memo's redacted comments or talk about his 4 hours of secret testimony for the House Special Benghazi Committee. He did note, however, that a recently declassified trove of letters from Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden revealed that Shiite Iran was willing to help Sunni militants if the common foe was the United States. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Vito in the Bronx. What's poppin', Vito?
Hello.
What's up, Vito?
Oh, how you doing? All right. Sorry, but I had the radio off, and all of a sudden I hear a
It's the
blast
Frankie
of
Russo
sound.
show. What's going on? What's going on, man? You're on the Frankie Russo show. What's going on? I only got 25 minutes left in the show. 35 minutes left in the show. What's going on?
Brother. All I want to do is share a little knowledge. I'm big on statistical research, facts and reality, logic and rational thought. Things that the left and liberal theology does not understand.
Okay, so shoot, brother.
One of my things, Black Lives Matter. I get in debates a lot with supporters of Black Lives Matter because they keep telling me, how can you not support Black Lives Matter? You know, we're concerned with Black lives. And I always tell them, if you are actually concerned about Black lives, how is it that the #1 leading cause of death for young black men in this country, aged 15 to 34, is being shot to death by another young black man?
That's true. That's true, my brother. And wait, we're gonna have a discussion, and that is very true. And if you go to Chicago, the numbers are in the 5s to thousands.
Oh yeah, but even beyond that,
and the numbers
if I could
came out from a Harvard scholar who happened to be African American. He couldn't believe that most of the people that were whacked by police were whites.
Yeah. Oh, well, as far as that, but also let's understand that demographic of young black men, age 15 to 34, only makes up about 3% or so of the demographic in this country. That 3% or so, with no more leading cause of death being shot to death by another black man, also makes up over a half of all gun homicides in this country. That's what we call disproportionate representation.
Absolutely, my brother.
So when they
so
say
where are we going with
racism-
this? Where are we going? Because I want to get to another caller. Where are we going?
No. The main thing is, I want to say that the numbers show that Black Lives Matter sounded a lie. Racism is not killing thousands of black men. Other black men are. And if black lives really mattered, it would matter when lives in general end versus only when killed by a cop or a non-black. That's all I wanted to say.
Sounds good, my brother. Thank you for the call. 800-848-9222. And I'm going to add to that. To me, you want to talk about systematic racism, systemic racism? Just go into the New York public school system where they're faking grades, they're forging grades, they're changing grades, they're allowing students to go into stalls and cheat on state exams, on city exams. Children that have in these New York public school systems, they have kindergarten level math and they're getting 70s and 80s. This is ridiculous. That's where the racism is. You want to talk racism? Let's talk about the public school system. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Johnny in Bay Ridge. What's poppin', Johnny?
Hi, Frank. There's nothing wrong with the New York City public school system that 1 million new students couldn't fix. And you know what? It's not we have open borders here. It's not a coincidence this is happening.
Hey, Johnny, thank you for the call, man. Thank you. 800-848-9222. That's the other dude that called me up a little while ago. We got something for him? Okay, let's go to Joyce in New York, and then we're gonna hear something from Trump. What's up, Joyce? The third eye lady. What's going on? You there, Joyce? You might be there. Hello? The third eye lady's running away from Frankie Russo. It's okay, honey. Maybe we'll get back to you. Let's listen to. Let's do it.
You got Joyce.
Okay, Joyce, you there?
Hello?
What's up, Joyce? How are you?
Who is this?
I don't know, man. It's the boogeyman.
The boogeyman, Frank. How did I get on so fast? How lucky can I get? My God, you picked up, and I said, how could this be? And I got right on, with you. Oh, so how are you?
I'm doing good. I just a lot of data. What's going on? What are we doing here, honey?
Well, again, I'm saying that we need this so badly to have something done. Politicians make all these promises that either they keep them or they don't. Either they, have some other approach to their promises, but a committee has to get together and decide what to do about people who don't keep their promises, because the people are in, desperate straits.
That's why we're going to vote for Donald Trump, honey.
How do you know he's going to do that?
You're fired.
One man?
Thank you, Donald. Tell him. Donald Trump is the man. Donald Trump is going to win. Donald Trump is going to win. And Donald Trump is going to flip the script over here on everybody.
Are you related to him in some way?
Not at all. The guy is a very skillful. Thank you so much for the call. Let's listen to Donald Trump now. Thank you, third-eyed lady. Thank you so much for the call. 800-848-9222. After we hear from Donald Trump, we're going to take some calls. Second half, Frankie Russo Show. You there?
I'm going to withdraw the United States from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which has not yet been ratified and which is a total disaster.
Tell him, DT.
I'm going to appoint the toughest and smartest trade negotiators to fight on behalf of the American workers and the American people. I'm going to direct the Secretary of Commerce to identify every violation of trade, all of the agreements that a foreign country is currently using to harm our workers. I will then direct all appropriate agencies to use every tool under the American and international laws to end these abuses. I'm going to tell our NAFTA partners that I intend to immediately renegotiate the terms of that agreement to get a better deal for our workers. If they do not agree to a renegotiation, then I will submit notice under Article 2205 of the NAFTA agreement that America intends to withdraw from the deal. Okay? No more NAFTA. No more NAFTA.
That's what I'm talking
going to
about.
Instruct my Treasury Secretary to label China a currency manipulator. Any country that devalues their currency in order to take advantage of the United States will be met with very, very sharply and swiftly. I'm going to instruct the United States Trade Representative to bring trade cases against China, both in this country and at the WTO level. China's unfair subsidy behavior is prohibited by the terms of its entrance to the WTO, and I intend to enforce those rules. They're already there, folks. I'm not going to stop trade with China, but if they don't stop their illegal activities, we're going to do a number.
Listen up. Donald Trump,
That's right, we're pumping the Trump tonight, baby. Pumping the Trump.
Pump the Trump.
Breitbart exclusive. Hillary Clinton posted names of hidden intelligence officials on her email. Why am I not shocked? Hillary Clinton posted and shared the names of concealed U.S. intelligence officials on her unprotected email system. This is Breitbart News. Federal records reveal that Clinton swapped these highly classified names on an email account that were vulnerable to attack and was breached repeatedly by Russian-linked hacker attempts. These new revelations, reminiscent of the Valerie Plum scandal during W's tenure, could give FBI investigators the evidence they need to make a case that Clinton violated the Espionage Act by mishandling national defense information through gross negligence. Oh, my God. There she goes. There she goes. Hey, you want some classified documents? She says, go talk to Comey. Numerous names cited in Clinton's emails have been redacted in State Department email releases with the classification code B3CIAPERS.org, a highly specialized classification that means the information, if released, would violate the Central Intelligence Act of 1949. 800-848-9222. So here's the question, everybody. How could we trust her? You know, it's like crazy, right? She's allowing people that haven't gone through security clearance, according to Comey, access to classified documents that even Paul Ryan, right? Even Paul Ryan is saying, how could we brief her with all of after she did the server thing? How could we brief her and keep her current on all our intelligence, all the secrets of America? We can't trust her. Here she goes. She's laughing at us. She's laughing at us. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Chris in New Jersey. What's popping, Chris?
Hey, Frankie. The lunacy of having her as a president is just ridiculous. I mean, how can you have, just let's say like in school, you have somebody who fails all their subjects and then make them valedictorian. It's a failure.
Absolutely, my brother.
This woman is a complete failure, right? And I mean, on the radio, right? You need more time. This is ridiculous.
I know. I'm trying. I'm throwing data in left and right.
But the thing is, you give more people more time, 10 times more time to speak than anybody else on this station. I mean, I got a plan here. What you can do is you sue WABC, right?
No, I'm not doing that.
Right?
Come on, man, you're killing me right now.
For broadcast inequality, right? And you hire that left wing Red Kubi. Right?
You mean the cat that was on Megyn Kelly?
Yeah, he
was talking about the 4 million Iraqis that got whacked.
Yeah. Well, he's on your station.
I know. Hey, listen.
He would love to bite the hand that feeds him.
Hey, listen. I don't want to. The politics is, over here. This is politics. I don't want to get involved in it. I'm just happy that I'm on the air right now for the grace of God. Of course. These people have been doing it. I really appreciate the positiveness and the love that you're showing, Frankie. The Frankie Russo show. Thank you, Chris, for the call. My brother, thank you for the call. Thank you for the positiveness. and I got to move because I'm under 25 minutes right now. This show is like going away from me. I'm okay. So let's kick to Bobby in New Jersey. Bobby, what's poppin', Bobby?
Hi, Frankie. Thanks for taking my call. Frankie, ever since Obama was elected, I had a nickname for him.
Let me hear.
I called it Smoothie was his name. And it had nothing to do with military.
Why'd you call him
like
Smoothie? He's slick?
No, yes, because the first thing I heard him do was he hired Ron Emanuel.
Let me ask you a question. Before you knock Obama?
Yeah.
Okay. I got to ask you.
Sure.
Are you pro-Trump?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because if you would have told me Cruz, we would have had a beef.
Listen,
I'd be beefing. Go
Please
ahead.
hear this out. This is great. Please hear me out. This is great. He hired Ron Emanuel,
Right.
the Secretary of the Education. We all know what happened at Common Core. And,
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, Duncan. I'm sorry. Then Ron Emanuel. You know what happened to him. And
Right.
everybody else from Chicago. That clique.
So what are you saying? So what are you saying?
Now,
'Cause-
here's the second part.
Let me hear, quick.
Russia, a lot of people don't know this. Russia has entered a deal, a secret contract with Israel. Israel is the third largest importer in the world of, guess what?
What?
Produce.
Well, hey, listen, I don't know where you're going with this because I'm pro-Israel.
It's a good thing.
Oh, it's good. All right.
It's a
I don't
good
know.
thing.
Okay.
This is why Trump is saying he can do business with Russia.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't
There's a
know.
lot of backdoor channels that we don't hear about. We're hearing about military and racism and things like that.
Okay, hey Bobby, thank you for the call, man.
Okay, good
God
luck.
Thank you. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Lisa in Long Island. Let's get the
Hi,
ladies
Frankie. How are you?
on. Good, Lisa. How you doing, honey?
I'm good. Listen, that lady said she wanted to know if you were related to Donald Trump. But you got to tell the truth. You are the love child of Donald Trump and Sophia Loren, right?
Ooh, Sophia Loren.
They had an affair many years ago,
man.
and you're the love child of Sophia Loren and Donald Trump. What is
Sophia Loren?
Right?
Lisa, Sophia Loren? You know how beautiful she is?
Oh my God!
She's in a, what? She must be like in her 70s or 80s, right?
She's gorgeous. I mean, she's
Today, if she was in a prime today,
you know the truth.
Lisa, if she was in a prime today, she'd be a goddess.
She is a goddess,
Right?
And she's elegant.
Lisa, thank you for the call.
Frankie,
Yes.
listen. What do
Hurry up.
you think about this idea? Trump at the convention Monday.
Right.
Don't you think he should put Monica Lewinsky and Paula Jones in the front row?
Well, they're talking. They're talking about doing like a Bill Clinton. You know, he's got the feel for it. You know, that whole Bill Clinton
Yeah,
thing.
but no, I think they should be sitting in the front row, Monica Lewinsky, Paula Jones, and they should both be wearing a blue dress.
A blue dress?
Why not?
Yeah, I know.
That
would
I
be
think
interesting.
That would be funny.
I think
I
so.
still think
there
we
he
got a
goes.
good feel.
He loves getting the feel. You know.
Yeah. Well, watch it, and we'll.
How about with the sex slaves too? Maybe he might as well. Maybe they should have a picture of Lolita Express. You know, with the sex slaves going out to Orgy Island.
No,
28 times.
People forget about all that other stuff, Paula Jones and Monica, and they ruined those ladies' lives. And
Oh,
those
it's
ladies did
terrible.
nothing.
Absolutely, Lisa. All
Monica
kidding around
Lewinsky
aside.
did nothing wrong, and neither did Paula Jones.
Lisa, 100% right. All kidding around aside. You're 100% right. Lisa, thank you for the call. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Have a great show, Frankie. Bye.
God bless you. We're under 20 minutes already. Cookie from Queens. What's going on, Cookie?
Frankie Russo, how are you?
Good, honey. How's everything?
I'm okay.
This show goes so I can't. Before I open my mouth up and the show's over. It's like crazy.
I know, it's so crazy. Listen, I like the idea of talking to Russia and all that, and
Hey,
I like Pence.
Hey, listen, whatever. You know, at this point in time, whatever. I don't know all the intricacies. I'm not going to stand here and say I know Russia and all how to work this thing. But the truth be told, whatever works right now, this radical Islamic terror is way out of control.
It will.
It is so out of
that
control.
We'll bring
it's
everybody in our own party together. I think with Pence, he's a good negotiator. He's
well, Pence is
you know,
Donald
very
Trump is the
religious
guy.
too.
Well, Cookie, in all due respect, Donald Trump is the guy. He's the rock star. Pence is there to support the Donald Trump administration, quite frankly. Right?
And he could be a very important VP. There's
Oh,
not
absolutely.
A lot of,
He's going to play.
VPs that do anything. You know
Absolutely. That's a great point, Cookie. You're 100% right. Are we going to talk?
Right. I'm concerned about the voter fraud.
That's a great point.
Will definitely happen with this corrupt Democrat.
That's a great point.
Commie, slave class Democrat Party with George Soros and the software.
Cookie, Cookie, great point. Thank you for the call. I'm sorry.
Keep on the Board of Elections. Everybody call them. Tell them to clean their voter poll, roller, whatever, polls, and clean them out.
Cookie.
And let's get straight on it.
Thank you for the
Donald
call.
Trump will sue to a recount. I know it.
Sounds good to me. God bless you. Thank you for the call.
All right,
Thank you for the call. 800-848-9222. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut people off. Wait, I'm like under 20. I got like 17 minutes left. Let's go to. Let's see. Let's go to Felix from Pennsylvania. Then we're gonna hear from Trump. What's up, Felix?
Yo, good morning, Frankie
Sorry for
Russo.
keeping you. You were waiting. You're a real trooper, my brother. God bless you.
Yo, bro. Hey, man. I tell you what, Mike Pence is a good choice. I had some doubts about him at first because at first he wasn't down with Donald Trump's, temporary moratorium on Islamic immigration, but he's actually down with it. He changed his view. I watched him on Sean Hannity.
Yeah, well,
and he's a good choice.
I think so. I mean, to me, whoever Donald Trump picked, to me, is a good choice. Me personally, I like Lieutenant General Michael Flynn.
I did too. I looked into him after you mentioned him, and I agree with you. I was a little bit disappointed that he didn't pick Flynn, but this guy's not bad either.
Absolutely. I mean, whoever Donald Trump picks, I'm down with. I think, obviously the top of the ticket carries the show. Donald Trump is a rock star, and, Pence is a stable guy. He comes from Indiana. It's a great town and a great state. And
well, he claimed that he was a Reagan, Gingrich, and Kemp Republican. He gives credit to Newt Gingrich. And you know what? Newt Gingrich really did it today, man. Did you hear what he said?
I heard.
Newt Gingrich came out and said Sharia is incompatible with our Constitution.
Absolutely. That's the whole point, right?
Exactly right. And now, you see, here's the thing. You're the master of the current history of what goes on.
I'm not I don't know about all that. I mean, obviously.
Well, no, you
I
know
put
your
together,
players really well.
Well, Felix, in all due respect, at 77 WABC, we put together a model here with it's well sourced and from the open source, and we have court cases, judges' decisions, law review journal articles, and we believe it's statistically significant that the Obama-Clinton administration is a criminal enterprise. In the courtroom of American public opinion, we believe we're close. We're close to showing that. Go ahead, my brother.
But now, here's the thing. I want to tie it into some history because you know what? On Meghan McCain, she had this other Meghan on, and she claimed to be an expert on national security.
Right.
Well, she put out some real misinformation on what's going on in France. She said that some of these French Muslims, they're resentful about the fact that France had conquered North Africa and Algiers in 1830s.
Right.
Do you know why France conquered that region?
Why?
Well, it's the same reason why our Department of the Navy was founded in 1795 and the USS Constitution was built. It was a response to the Islamic threat, the Barbary pirates. They were raiding Europe, capturing people. They had a white slave trade of about 2.5 million whites. Okay, and so France finally put an end to it and conquered the region.
Wow.
Okay, and now, of course, and then you take this whole Black Lives Matters things, right? And they want to blame slavery on us here in the United States, but you'll never guess where most of the slaves came from.
Where'd the slaves come from?
They came from the Islamic slave trade.
My brother Felix, I want to kick.
And the liberals want to lump them all together and say, they're all being what's the word? We're all prejudiced against, so they should all take sides together. The blacks and the Muslims.
Felix, that's an interesting point because I'm going to follow up with something. Thank you so much. That's a great point. Thank you so much. I got to kick to. I want to hear from Donald Trump, and then I'm going to come back. I'm in the last quarter. Thank you so much, Frankie Russo show Donald Trump, and we're going to move. Unbelievable. The show flies by. Sorry, man.
We will no longer surrender this country or its people to the false song of globalism. The nation state remains the true foundation for happiness and harmony. I am skeptical of international unions that tie us up and bring America down. And under my administration, we will never enter America into any agreement that reduces our ability to control our own affairs. Under a Trump administration, no American citizen will ever again feel that their needs come second to the citizens of a foreign country. I will view, as president, the world through the clear lens of American interests. I will be America's greatest defender and most loyal champion. We will not apologize for becoming successful again, but will instead embrace the unique heritage that makes us who we are.
Let's make America great again.
That's right. We're pumping the Trump tonight. We're in the last quarter.
Trump, all right?
Welcome to the boardroom.
Breitbart News. Now this is just an article I'm reading. I'm not saying, I don't know. I got to get more data. CARE, Council of American Islamic Relations, has joined the Black Lives Matter movement. As Michelle Moons reported, CARE leaders and members joined Black Lives Matter movement in a march in California State Capitol targeting Jerry Brown on a bill that expands that would expand bans on racial profiling to include perceived ethnicity. However, this creates a serious problem for the CARE defenders, which argued that its association with Islamic extremism can be overlooked because it helps law enforcement work with and within the Muslim community. By supporting the Black Lives Matter movement, which has contributed to an atmosphere of violent incitement and hatred against police officers across the nation, CARE has shown what its true feelings about American law enforcement really are. CARE, the Council of American Islamic Relations, claims it supports the Founding Fathers' tradition of working for checks on overly broad law enforcement efforts. But Black Lives Matter targets ordinary constitutionally protected police activity. Its activists have used violence and called for violence against police. And, you know, that's to me the biggest problem. And that's why I'm not down with Black Lives Matter. And no way is Black Lives Matter an offshoot of Martin Luther King. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Sal. I got little more than 10, Sal. So I'm going to move.
Okay. Hey, Frankie, how you been?
All right, brother. Shoot.
Okay, my complaint is, if I understood it correctly, Hillary Clinton is going to lecture us white people about how black people are. If I understood it correctly, Hillary Clinton is one of the whitest people I've ever seen who lives in one of the whitest neighborhoods in America. So what could she possibly tell other people about how black people suffer? I'm tired of being lectured by her, the president. It's always our fault. If I disagree, I'm a racist. If I disagree on this, I'm sick of hearing this nonsense.
Sal,
that's why I'm down with DT. You know me. Hey.
Absolutely. Hey, Sal, thank you for the call. Great point. Thank you so much. Great point, Sal. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Greg from Chatham. What's up, Greg? What's poppin', kid?
Yo, Frankie, you are the man. You are the man. You are the man.
Well, I don't know about all that, but thank you for the positiveness, my brother.
Hey, there's a couple of things. Where'd you get that article about the guy that was traded for Bergdahl in Iran? Was that on Breitbart, or where'd you find that article? I want to find it and read it.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put. I don't know if I posted it yet. That's the foreignpolicy.com article.
Put it on Facebook. You're gonna put it up on your Facebook.
I'm gonna put it on my website.
Okay,
Frankie
great,
Russo.
on the regular website.
Yeah, because it's FrankieRusso.media. I got a 12-part series that the Obama Clinton crime family. I believe it's within the realm of statistical significance, and in all likelihood and all probability, I am close, man. I'm telling you, bro. I am close to showing, because it's going to come out very soon, that the Clinton Foundation is a charitable fraud.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, Frankie.
And all these reports.
Add this to your research, Frankie. Add this to your research.
Let me hear.
One of the Black Lives Matter movement is a complete fraud. It's being orchestrated by George Soros and some of his cronies.
Absolutely.
It was found out that one of the heads of the leaders of the Black Lives Matter movement is living in a mansion owned by this couple. I don't have the name right in front of me, but you'll find it if you Google it. Owned by a couple whose wife sits on the Open Society Institute. That's George Soros's one of his foundations. She sits on the board of the Open Society Institute Foundation. They've given like tens and tens of millions of dollars to Soros. And we know Soros hates America, and they have the leader, one of the leaders of the Black Lives Matter movement, is living rent-free in a mansion owned by them. This whole thing is being orchestrated, and the blacks are being used once again by the Marxist and communist whites in this country who want to tear it
Lefty
down.
white boys, right? Crazy.
No sleep to Brooklyn.
No sleep to Brooklyn.
Sleep
Whoa!
Trump, baby.
Yeah, man, I love that shit. I love these white boys. You know, my Afro brothers, please, no diss. I'm a big Biggie fan, so but I love these white boys too. Let's kick to.
Have a great night. I'll see you next week.
God bless you, my brother. Let's kick to Johnny in Jersey City, man. I got 7 left, man. I don't know what to do anymore.
Hi, Frankie.
What's up, John? Quick. You're the quick hitter.
Bill scared Loretta Lynch at the airport. He told her there was a anti-gay right-wing movement on the verge of taking over America, and Hillary was fighting against it.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know. I don't know how
now.
true that is. That's a you know, I don't know what kind of data you have to support that, but I know one thing. The FBI's come out. The FBI was on a gag order, man. Like they had it like they were going to be held to the standard of a polygraph, yo. Crazy. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Chris in Bensonhurst, and then we'll go to Joe in Queens. I want to get everybody on here before I got off. Come, what's up, Chris? Let's shoot.
Quick. What percentage of Bernie Sanders people are going to actually vote for Trump? What do you think?
If it's 10%, Trump is rocking this freaking planet.
That's good. Have a good one, Frankie.
God bless you. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Jack in Bay Ridge. We're winding down. Frankie Russo Show.
Hey, Frankie. Jack here from Bay Ridge.
What's up, brother? I got
Frankie.
6 left, man. I'm almost off the air. This is I try. This is nuts, man.
Okay, we got to be really careful. Around the holidays, at the end of the year, Obama is going to do some crazy executive orders. We got to pay attention. He can do a lot of damage when no one's looking.
Well, Jack, that's a great point. You know, I'm very concerned that if he sees Donald Trump taking over, that something happens that keeps him in office. I just can't see this guy just walking away, this foreign national just walking away, this globalist just walking away from the White House, you know?
Exactly. The worst is yet to come. Everybody needs to pay attention around the holidays when everybody's preoccupied with other items.
Great point, Jack, and I do believe, I don't have the data to support it. My intuition's telling me inflation is not far away, but bad inflation. I'm talking like conceivably, you know, milk is $20, that kind of thing. Not good. Jack, thank you for the call. There he goes. Let's go to Joe in Queens. I'm winding down. I got 5. Joe in Queens. What's poppin', Joey?
Yeah, Frankie, I hope you're doing great with the ladies.
I try, you know. It's I'm not 20, but, you know, I'm still, there I go. I'm still in the game, you know.
You know, how many people has Hillary had knocked off? I mean, Vince Foster, they say the gun was like 14 feet. You know, he couldn't have shot himself, and she went through his papers. And, I mean, that's a little rough, Frankie, having people knocked off so they don't talk. I mean, and this woman's running for president.
I tell you, you know, it's amazing to me when you think about, and you know, all these things that the Clintons are being accused for, and it's always a conspiracy theory. It's the Republicans, it's the white boys, it's the white supremacists, it's the, you know, the Trumpers. They're all after her, or they're after Bill Clinton, or, you know, and Bill Clinton's 28 times in this orgy island and the sex slave, this whole thing, and people, it's amazing to me that people still like think that this is something that, you know, like, I can't believe that, quite frankly. I understand that the system is rigged and it's fraudulent and, you know, her server is fake and everything like that, but she's getting the Democratic nomination with allowing uncleared people that haven't gotten through security clearance access to classified documents. In other words, America's secrets.
Yeah, but Frankie, I mean, how many people in this country would have someone knocked off? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I'm not, quite frankly, I'm not too sure if that's the case. I mean, that's speculation. I mean, obviously, with the Clintons, anything's possible, quite frankly, right?
Yeah. I mean, it may not be true, but there's
too much
substantial evidence that doesn't.
So, what do you think, Joe? What do you think of Trump's VP pick?
I like it. You know what I mean?
Why do you like it?
Irish. You know what I mean? That type of thing.
Because he's Irish?
Yeah.
Really?
I like that. Yeah.
That's how you think? Come on, bro. It's got to be deeper than that. No.
No, but I like, like you said, a stable person. You know
well, from the vantage point that he's stable and he comes out of he's more like an outsider. Is that true?
No, he's like a mainstream
guy.
Yeah.
I think he came from the Tea Party movement, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and I think he'll round out and I think it shows that Trump will bring good people.
2 minutes.
That's an interesting point because I was sitting down once with about 4 to 6 weeks ago, and I was talking to a buddy of mine. Introduced me to a gentleman that supposedly, and I think it's real, that he worked very close to Trump at some point in time in Trump's career, and he claims that not only is Trump a workaholic and he's going to work for America like you wouldn't like amazing, like you said, the people that Donald Trump is going to pull around him to help this country, it's going to be unprecedented.
Right. He'll have a great team, across the board.
What do you think he's going to do with Christie?
He'll give him maybe like Secretary of Defense or something like that.
You don't think he'll give him Attorney General and maybe? How about Gingrich? Gingrich is too toxic. I think Trump said, Newt, you're a great guy, you're knowledgeable, but I'm going to put you in a cabinet because he'd be great at those cabinet meetings, just like pissing people off, taking positions. This way, Trump could really get because Trump is going to listen to everybody's side.
45.
Right. Give him a job like that where, in other words, he's
So what do you think Newt will be?
He'll be like, what do you think, Frankie? I mean,
30 seconds.
In that position.
I don't know. Maybe Secretary. I don't know. Maybe I don't know about maybe Secretary. Maybe even Supreme Court Justice if he's not in the cabinet. No, I was even thinking about that.
Right. That's
20.
I mean, the guy's a very bright.
Oh, very bright. Hey, Joey, thank you for the call, man. This is the Frankie Russo Show. We're at it.
15.
Crazy stuff. Can't keep up with this. You got to vote Donald Trump November 8th.
Welcome
the next
to
president
the
of the United States. You can't keep up
5.
with this. You can't, no way. See you in the future.